Hello, how are you? This is JilliBling. Today's project features Pretty Florals bundle, and here's the card. Let me let you see it here. You see how it opens? It's kind of fancy. So what do you think? I'm loving it. I usually don't like yellow and orange, but today I'm enjoying that color combo. So Pretty Florals bundle, pattern of friendship for the inside middle greeting, this one right here. Cone flower celebrations, excuse me, which I have a feeling I'm going to use quite a bit of this. But on the front, You Made My Day is here heat embossed. And then the inside has the thank you. And the thank you is here. Layers of beauty just for this little flower right here to help create the background. Elements of text, this and these two for background. Textured notes dies for the frame. Right here, the white frame. And of course, pretty petals to cut out the flowers. Whew, it seems like a lot. When I pull this pile over, it's like, yeah, I was kind of stretching trying to find words and quite a few different things, but you don't have to use the same background stamps or the same words. Anything you have is fine. Okay. So this looks a little scary too. Because we're going to be doing heat embossing, I have my embossing buddy. We'll use that. Scrap paper for the flowers. Probably, well, I'm not sure. I was going to say one would be enough, but I'm not sure. This is for the frame, using textured notes dies. So put those on and get them lined up. And use washi tape if necessary. And I'm looking at the border that goes all the way around it just to make sure it's equal. Let me cut those out. That's right here. We'll use both pieces. And the dies for the flowers, we'll do that in just a minute. This is for the words. Pieces, let's get to scoring our Darling Duckling paper. Okay, so my little templates, there's two pieces, are well loved. And this is even my second round. The first round was paper and it was even more of a mess. It doesn't matter which one we start with, so we'll just set those off to the side. And this one, and I'll take pictures of these templates so you could recreate this project. Oh, the designer paper is Nature's Sweetness. And we'll be using mostly this sheet. And I think it's about a half a sheet per card. So use quite a bit of it, but it looks really good. Okay, so Pretty Florals. We are going to score one of our papers to 4 1/4. And this arm is going to have to open up just like a half an inch worth, but we'll open it up. Okay, so 4 1/4. 5 1/4. And if you're coming to class, yours will already be done, so you don't have to worry about this. If you're doing it at home, I will have pictures on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. 6 1/2. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, let me close this arm just to kind of rein it in a little. I have stuff everywhere. So this one is 1 inch. Two and a half. And 4 3/4. Okay, there it is. We're done with the trimmer. And we're done with those two templates. This one and this one. And both these papers are cut to 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So 1 sheet of paper to make the card base. Okay, and let's see which one is which. Tell by the sample. 1 inch. Nope, this one is this piece right here. And I could tell because there's the 1 inch right here. And there's the 1 inch here. So this gets folded this way, da, da, da. Okay. We'll confirm those folds in just a minute. And even if you folded the paper the wrong direction, it's okay, because once it's got the fold on it, it's easier to fold it. This is the base. And da, da. That's all that's to that one. Okay. So let me confirm these. And you know, when I was decorating the designer paper, making it look a little vintagey, I think I went a little crazy. I'm going to try to do it a bit lighter today. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, good. So what do we have here? Pieces and pieces. I know these are for flowers. Let's do the flowers. Oh, and I have a few hints on doing the flowers. We're going to use Darling Duckling, Lemon Lolly, and black, and a dauber. Okay, so we're going to do 4 flowers. There's 3 on the front, right here, and then there's 1 on the inside. So Lemon Lolly will be the solid. And the hint I have on this is, I don't know if you could see that dark little splotch there, is after you stamp your yellow flower, stamp off on the paper or completely wash a stamp. And I'm going to start with the black detail stamp. See the black detail in it? Normally I would start with the yellow, but it's kind of hard to see through the black ink to get it lined up. So these are the stamps I'm using, the yellow flower and the black detail. Okay, so here's black. So I'll do 4 of those, a little space in between. That's good. That's done. So when I do the yellow colors, I'll show you what I'm talking about by making sure you kind of clean your stamp. I don't know if you could see on here the little, this black stamp. There's just a little outline of it there. Okay, this is for Darling Duckling. So you're going to do it in the lighter color. Then dauber up here, the top part. Then you can easily see through there and line it up. If you're doing this on your own and you were trying to do it the other way where you do the yellow first, then the black, you'll say, oh, that's right. Okay, so when I go to clear this off, you could use it in your scrubber, clean it that way, or you could just stamp on here. And see how you could see the dark through there? Get it cleaned off. Okay, and let's do it again. So, be a left-handed stamper. A little bit of color, a little bit darker color. Oh, Okay, when I stamp it on here, you'll say, oh, that's what you're talking about. See that dark ink on there? The detail, the black stamp, that would be transferred to your yellow pad. And if you did it 4 times, you would definitely see a little bit of darkness in your lemon lolly pad. And we don't want that. Okay, 2 more times. Stampin' in jammies today. Today, Warren has his 7-month appointment. So, Mama's in here this morning. It's like I was ready for the video. And it's like, I'll just pause GMA and I'll do it this morning. Okay, so those are done. So we could close this up and we'll use the Darling Duckling for that little flower for a background stamp in just a minute or 2. Okay, let's do the stems in Mossy Meadow for the flowers. Stem. Oh, and I have a tip on doing this stamp. You would think it's just a stamp. Yeah, but the bottom of my stamp, the stem, I had it curving, I had it crooked. And guess what? The die won't fit if it's crooked. So, just make sure it's straight. And a way to make sure it's straight is, where's one that's wet? Do your Stampin' Scrubbin' look like this? I guess I use it a lot. So to make sure it's straight, when you take it out of the case, just have it sitting there, just like that. And then set this on top. And that's opposed to, this is probably what I did, was I set it down. I noticed that this wasn't sticking, so I put it. And that's great about polymer is you can adjust the shape. But if you have a die that's supposed to fit it, that's not so good. So just set it down, all natural, and then put that on there. And just because I had problems, I had them all stamped out, went to cut them. It's like, what is going on? See how this fits. And that fits just fine this time. You all probably already knew that. My Mossy Meadow stamp pad, this is like, I had 3 of them. Why did I have 3? I don't know. But it was doing that, where it's really splotchy. So I ordered some new ones. I don't know. So that is a bit splotchy. No, that's real splotchy. Real splotchy. Okay, so only 3 of the stems and 4 of the flowers. Okay, so I'm going to use these, cut them out. And they're right here. Okay, let's get to decorating the designer paper. Like I said, I'm going to try to do it a little bit lighter than I did the sample. I'm looking at the sample, it's fine. Ha! Guess who really likes this paper? I chose that as my background paper. Like a year ago. Okay, so I did not decorate these little side 3/4 inch pieces for right here, but maybe they should be decorated. And because it's random, I'm just going to set these on here. Okay, so for the background pieces, I'm going to use Basic Gray and Darling Duckling. Do a whole lot of stamping off. Okay, so here is from Elements of Text. Stamp off. I hear the birds singing out there. Because I think that full strength is just a little bit too dark. Okay, turn it over and once again stamp it off, and then just random, because it's random, these pieces don't have to be straight. Stamp off. Oh, and I still have that centerpiece to decorate too. Oh, and the inside too, huh? This piece, yep, both of those. That will be our third round of vintaging. Okay, so those are good. And now, here's this one. And that should be good. And while I have them all out, I'll do Darling Duckling Little Flowers. Here's Little Flowers from Layers of Beauty. And you know, I was looking at that stamp set and it is just so nice. The words are nice. The dies are really nice. I have to use that again soon. This is full strength. Because when you do second strength, yeah, you could see it a little bit. So we're set with that. Okay, so all these pieces are done. That wasn't so bad. Some people don't like vintaging, and I think it still would look good even if you didn't do this step, which is fine. Okay, let's start out with the gray, the text. The text, you have to make sure it's right side up too. Stamp off. And if you can, stamp straight, because if you don't, your whole card looks a little crooked. I think I'm gonna like this little bit lighter version of background distressing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Warren is progressing. I'm sure it's just fine. Lately he's been talking the past few days. You hear him over there and he's carrying on a conversation. Blah, 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 blah. He's so cute. I think I have a video. And of course, sleeping babies are adorable. I have a video of that. Okay, we have one more round of distressing for the white papers. The inside, which you don't really see that much of, and that middle panel. Oh, I was going to say at the end, I would show you the video of him, but I gave Tony my tablet. I'm using one to record, but the other one, well, I went to give him the older tablet because I know that I use that one that I record with all the time. But when I did the recent software update, it took too long. It took maybe 5 hours to charge it, and then it lost charge really quick. It's like, no, I don't want him to be frustrated. So he has the one I usually do videos with. There's those. 2 more pieces. We have, oh, I know where that one goes. We have these pieces here. So this is for the inside of the card, and this is for the middle panel. So these I'm going to very lightly distress. And this panel I'm going to do 3 little flowers. So we're working on this piece. Let's see, that are 4 little flowers at the bottom. And then that piece. I had to put the thank you on it too. Okay. Distressing, a little bit light. Ooh, yellow. Darling Duckling. The next project, I'm going to do 3 projects using this bundle. And the next one is using cloud cover. Came out a little dark there. Well, a lot of that's going to be covered up. Maybe I'll stamp off twice. Okay. A little lighter. Oh, it got dark. And then these freckles. The splatter. Okay. And little flowers. Darling Duckling. And at the bottom, I know there are going to be 4 of them. Okay, that's good. So on this piece right in the middle, I'm going to have the words, thank you. I'll do that in black. I think last is embossing. Keep embossing that little black strip to say, you made my day. And that is for right here. Oh, and the paper cut sizes are in the video description. And I'll have photos of all these on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. Oh, embossing buddy. And I'm purposely trying to do it lower to the bottom, and I'll trim up the rest of it. If I did it in the middle, I'd have to trim all 4 sides. And here I have to trim 3 sides, just 3. I tried using white craft, and it didn't work very good. I was thinking I need to re-ink it, but the ink pad is so heavy. Maybe all the ink went down to the bottom of the pad. But the Versamark worked really well. Okay, I'm going to heat. Okay, and I have a trimmer in the drawer right below, so I'm going to cut it right here. And then to trim the edges, I'm going to use my snips. Okay, I think we have all the pieces ready to roll. Time to assemble this. Oh, and a note is before you assemble yours, put down your white paper. Because if you assembled your card, you could trim up your white paper, but the white paper goes all the way across. And these little panels right here, they come down on top of it. So you need the white paper there first. Hold on. I've had like one sip of coffee. That's so good. Haven't done any Stampin' since last night. So let's attach this inside, right in the middle. Okay, and then look at this one. This gets a panel. Get all these pieces over here. Over there, later. This one is right here. It's going to be lots of dimensions for this card. This panel gets stuck down onto the center. Trying to get it kind of close to the edge, because once it's dry, I don't want that to lift up a little bit. Okay. This gets a thin little 3/4 inch strip. So if you can, I know the text, the elements of text, the text stamp is really light, but try to make sure that the letters are going the right direction. Here's a good bad example. If you turned it upside down, that says ledger right there, it'd be upside down. We don't want that. Okay, so we need one here. This one might work. Yep. I love this paper. I'm so happy this paper is still current. My phone is blipping. Oh, it says time to move. Wait a minute. I had to get up and get over here. Okay, that's looking good. Kind of happy that this edge panel piece covered up my heavy spots. Okay, so we got that. This, where's the background? This one can be attached. Why did you do the stamp on it? Thinking of you brings a smile to my face. Oh, that is nice. I hope I stamp it straight. Okay, that's good. So, adhesive definitely right here, and adhesive right here. It's nice when you have a sample to work off of, because then you know how far to stretch the adhesive. what is that, 3/4 of an inch? I think I did it 1 inch up and 1 1/4 inches up, so I should stick it down just fine. Okay. So I think that's done. Okay, you could dry. So now let's work on this piece. So it goes like this. This can attach to the base. I know a piece of designer paper goes on the back side of it. And you'll see that piece of designer paper when the card is closed. So this goes right to the edge. You should see my mess trying to figure this card out. Well, you saw the sample where I have the measurements on. Oh, it's down in there. It was a mess. Okay, so this one seems like it would fit right here. Making sure my font is up and down, no, upside down. Okay. This little piece is going to go right here. And there are a few panels that are not decorated, but generally, unless somebody is really inspecting the card, you won't see those panels. Is my font going the right way? I think so. Yeah, I see the word life down here. And you know what? Because it's so faint, even if it wasn't, that's okay. Okay, I need a piece here. Yay! Don't you love it when a plan comes together? So I'm excited about the next two projects. One of them is going to be using strawberry slush. And then there's one, do I have it here? How does this look for a start? Black accents, bling. I love this die. The flowers are going to be Poppy Parade, and that's as far as it is. It's going to be good though. Okay, that. This one goes on the front. Right here. It's like, oh, that's small. That's because the front gets fancy work. It has an extra layer of white. I was about to do white underneath all of the pieces of designer paper. And if ever you've cut pieces that are small and narrow, you know it's kind of hard to get them straight, kind of hard to get them to look good. And it made the card really heavy and a bit too thick. It's like, yeah, the whole package of paper right here. So just the front gets the extra layer. Okay, so let's do the frame that goes on with dimensionals. And because the frame is kind of wide enough on most sides to hold a mini dimensional just fine, this one I think it's going to be good. If not, you just cut the mini dimensional in half. Yeah, that fits just fine. And because the frame is a bit delicate, just because it's so narrow, you want to use plenty of dimensionals. kind of want to see the edge of that. Okay. I could do it this way so I can maneuver it a little bit better and see it. There, that's working better. Okay. So this goes on at a bit of an angle, and when you start kind of rotating it, all of a sudden you'll see, that works really well right there. Where this is hanging over just a little bit, this is touching into the white. Yeah, that's going over the white, but it's okay. Okay, so to do the flowers, Stampin' Up! Convenient. Oh, we didn't put the flower on. Okay, there's supposed to be a flower here. Doing it lighter, I guess it's a little bit less busy. I had to put the stem on here. Mossy Meadow. I forgot that. I thought we were done stamping. Right in the middle. Okay. So one of these flowers gets put on with part dimensional, the other part glue. And at the top, 3 at the top. Then a little bit of glue here. Trying to do it thin so it dries quick. Okay, the inside is done now. Okay, so let's attach these. A little bit of glue, a little bit of flour. And on the sample, I tried to have them going different directions, but it's hard to tell. So just put them on straight, like straight up and down. Because I was trying to have one go this way, one be straight up and down, and the other one off to the side. And in the end, because the stem has a hint of a curve, it's hard to work against that. Flowers are done. So for positioning, I'm going to use just one dimensional at this point, and then I'll put more dimensionals on after they're placed. So this one is going to be a little bit high, and I'm getting the stem right there. This one will be right about there. And because it's just a mini dimensional, you could kind of rotate it a bit. And this one can be about right there. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my ribbon ziggle zaggle. Well, okay, little flowers. We'll do that again in a minute. And that's just because I'm doing the white ribbon in the background, just because it breaks up some of the texture from the vintaging, the antique that we did in the background. And this is woven ribbon. So I could go there, hanging over the frame a little bit. Over the frame just a little bit. So now the flowers can go on. This one could go here. Okay, and then the words, you made my day. These can go on with dimensionals and use more than you would normally think to use because it's going to be covering up the stems of the flowers, and also it's going to be going over the ribbon. It's going to need a lot of stickum power. Okay. And this, because the frame is crooked on purpose, I'm going to try to put the words on here straight, parallel with, see, I'm thinking this all needs to go down. Hold on. Little flowers. Maybe that top one can stay up there. And I'll put the bow over this stem. Okay, get them straight. And there it is. Okay, that's straight. Okay, and then a few more dimensionals to hold the flowers down. Nope. It says I'll be held down on the underneath part. There it is. I think it's because the ribbon, it's the dimensional sticking to the ribbon. There we go. It's better. Okay. And gold. I love this ribbon. It's kind of my answer to everything. Because at this point I was thinking, yeah, it's cute, but it's missing something. It's missing a little ornaments, decoration. You know how you have to put your earrings on. You're going out, got everything ready, then you forget to put earrings on. Little double bow. Isn't that just pretty? Oh, and then we're going to use these new gold sequins for decoration. Okay, so there's the ribbon. It goes on with a glue dot, covering up this hole. Probably should go up higher after I really pushed it down. Then trim up the ends. Kind of wish they didn't cover the words, but I'll make it a little shorter. But because it's so sheer, you could still see through it. And then whenever I use a glue dot on a ribbon, and it has a tendency to lift, I do just a touch of glue. Okay, so for the sequins, I'm going to do 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7 of them. 6, 7. Now can I remember where they are? Oh, we have to put these sequins on the inside too, on those 4 little flowers. One, turn over, 2, turn over, 3, here's a medium one, 4, where's a big one? 5, oop, upside down. 5, another big one and a medium. 6, one more. 7. And then this inside panel gets 4 little ones. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there it is. Today's project. What do you think? Do you like the Darling Duckling? Do you like the color? It's not something I normally do, but I'm liking it. I think it's very fresh. Wow, imagine getting that. Looking at it from here, looks good. It's like, it's art. It's a masterpiece. You could put a gift card in here. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button.